You want the control for the audio?
Right.
Perfect. So I've never got a viewer, which is always good. Okay, so we are live. Now we've worked out our tech, hopefully. Big J in the background.
I'm getting ready for our course.
As we can see, we are getting ready for the course.
What are we on, the normal page or the discussion page?
Main page.
We're on.
Okay, folks, we are live. So if you've joined, say hello. We'll fire up the chat, which will be good.
Kimura, we'll be seeing you soon. Nice to see you on here.
Okay, Kimura's probably leaving. Well, you must be leaving tomorrow night, I guess, or tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So you're all packed and ready to go. As you can see, we're trying to sort the office out. Bruce left us alone for 5 minutes as well, which is always a dangerous thing to do. Because what normally happens is the music goes on very loud, and then we both misbehave until she comes back again. Tomorrow afternoon, mostly packed. So you'll just need to bring everything for every weather, Kimura. Because it could be well, it's supposed to be hot actually. It's supposed to be hot on Saturday, I think. 30 degrees. So Saturday,
And then on Sunday, it could literally be anything.
Sunday it might be, snowing or something, possibly. That's how things work over here. So best to bring a raincoat. Obviously there's plenty of hoodies in the office that are nice and warm. There's got a little pile here. Cool new. Facebook. Can you hear us okay, Kimura? Sound check, thumbs up, or thumbs down, of course, whichever. Yes, perfect. That's good. Well, we're ready, we're excited. The course is starting to come together. Well, the course is finished, actually, obviously. We've run it quite a few times now, so I think for me and Jono, it's kind of rinse and repeat, really. But it's going to be good, because it'll be the first time we've actually run a course, well, second time in here, actually, in person. So that is going to be fab. So if anyone's got any questions, hop in, send us some questions through. I'm going to get my buzz ball. What have we got? Bracelets, crystals. We've done a little shopping spree. We've also bought a camera with some lights in that Reeves been putting together this morning, which is really good. To put some nice things in to look at. So the office is starting to get packed. The only thing we haven't got, mate, is our dartboard.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think I found the dartboard in the loft the other day.
We do.
I could bring it in, yeah. We work out what we're going to put it up on.
Yeah, we do need that.
Where are we going to put a dartboard? Kind of there, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Do that.
If we had a piece of wood that we balanced on top of the radiator, up to there, screw the dartboard to it.
Some cork or something.
Yeah. That'd work, wouldn't it?
Or we can hang it off for that.
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah. We'll just put some stick on cork or something.
Yeah.
Well, I won't miss, obviously.
Ah.
Ruth might.
I bet Ruth will beat both of us.
She will, of course she will. We know that. We're just working out where to put the dartboard. We've always talked about having a dartboard in the office, basically. And I found one in the loft the other day when I was moving about. So I'm going to bring a dartboard in and we're going to bring our arrows in and start to have some R&R time, relaxation time with dartboard.
That would work.
That would definitely work. So if any of you guys are watching, questions, or just want to say hello, drop us a comment in the chat, which would be good, and we'll kind of come back to you. If anyone's watching that's interested in courses, again, drop us a chat. You can go to the website, spiritleadsacademy.com, and there's a consultation call, booking button on there, so you can book a button and have a chat with us. We can go over courses, costs, payment plans, all the things that we do, of which there are more and more things. And we're currently just writing a course as well now, actually, which is another thing to do. Lisa's here, so it's good to see you, Lisa. Thanks for joining. Good morning for you. Afternoon here in the UK. Oh no, the boss is back. Quick, let's look busy. Hey Ruth, you're going to be impressed. We've gone live.
Huh?
We've gone live.
You made it?
Yeah. How impressive is that? Hello.
Hello.
I was just saying that when you disappeared, John and I try and misbehave as much as we can, basically.
Yeah, I did tell you not to burn the place down. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, we did well. So Sam Morgan's here. Hi Sam, good to have you on. Coming in from YouTube by the look of it. Quantum Star Seed, which I think is Suki, if I'm right. I'm starting to learn the names of the aliases now that everyone has. Great to see you, Suki.
Gareth's on there as well, isn't he?
Is Gareth Quantum Star Seed?
No, I don't think he is.
No. Which one's Gareth?
Don't know, he needs to say hello.
Liam's the etheric medic, isn't
Where are
he?
you hiding? Oh, there. Oh.
No,
Liam is the etheric medic, yeah.
yeah.
The
Quantum
etheric
Star
medic.
Seed is Suki, I
The
think.
etheric medic.
The medic. Gareth is a galactic something, isn't he? Maybe? We're just guessing, really. Because, of course, when we see all the names that come in from YouTube, it doesn't a 19320. That's right, Gareth. So what's behind
There he is.
9320? Or was that just a random alias that you picked up, Gaz, at some point?
Right, the packs are posted.
So you've done the post?
Yeah,
Yeah.
packs are gone.
Who's for these?
The weekend course.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is there quite a few of them?
3
Yeah, okay.
so far.
Whose was that? What broadcast?
That's our names.
Oh, no, of course not. Good point.
So that's this weekend with Tara and Natasha, is it?
Yeah, 20th, next weekend.
3. 3 people for them
Yes.
online.
3. We need to send some. Oh yeah, this is because it's Friday in our world. We're drinking Buzzballs basically, which is a chili mango, which is quite nice. As we do. Tell Jono it's something goals time. Aurora's
what?
goals time.
It's what?
Aurora's goals.
Aurora's goals time. Does that mean anything to you?
What
That's
is
the
it?
gas.
What is it?
Aurora's Aquero. It was a
Ah.
spelling mistake, I think. Start with Aquero.
Okay.
Aquarius
Fabulous.
goals time, whatever that means.
Fabulous.
Yeah, Johnny said fabulous, Gaz.
I can't get these comments up on my screen for some reason.
They're coming through from YouTube.
Are you logged into
Oh,
this link?
Yeah, that'd be why.
Okay, so they're coming in from YouTube
Yeah.
for that. Okay, that's
Oh, you're on Facebook, yeah?
fine. Yeah.
Do you want me to find you the link?
No, that's all right.
People. Copy invite link.
Right. Does this cabinet need cleaning?
No, I didn't. That way. No.
Hey.
Whee! Whee!
Link.
Taking the ocean prices up, haven't you?
Yeah. Three each. 12 and 5, making mix and match.
So, I'll just email the link to the email. StreamYard, copy invite link. Three. So as you can see, we're having a bit of a sort out of the office today.
If I leave this up, will that work? Oh no, just need to look straight.
Oh, sorry. We'll take that one off for a minute. There. These, aren't they? Not the smallest, the crystals, to be fair. Hey, look, it's not often you see Jono cleaning.
Who knows?
Nice down there. Turn that off. There we go. Okay. So we've got some questions here. So from Sam, in regards to the facilitating course, what's the cost of course length and are there prerequisites to the course, the regular course, but was unaccredited? Which is a good question. So I'm assuming you can see me okay. Let me set myself to the stage. Feedback going on there. Just bear with us a sec whilst we sort the tech out.
What was that?
That was feedback. So Sam's asking a question about the facilitation course. I'm just going to change my video around.
You just come to the 3 o'clock.
Have they? Oh, okay.
Okay, so Okay, so hopefully you can hear me, Sam. So we're just changing a few things over on from audio perspective. Because we've got a big TV and speaker. So in terms of the courses, we don't really have separate courses for facilitation and the medium. The course is the same, basically, just different roles effectively in the course. So some people that are mediums come in as a medium, basically, and then they run through the course as a medium. And then if you're not medium, you would be what we would term as a facilitator. And the facilitator's role basically is to kind of manage the session. We see them as the kind of session manager, effectively, which is the way it tends to work. So basically the course is the same. The facilitators run through all of the same training as the mediums, just that when the actual session works and we're actually working on clients, the facilitator has the job of kind of managing the session. They're running through the protocol. They're talking to one of the mediums. Most of our mediums tend to work in trance, so you'll be talking directly to a spirit guide. So like in my case, where I trance channel Chen comes in, takes over. So if you were working with me in a session for a client, then you'd be talking directly to Chen, asking him the questions for the protocol, and then effectively, obviously, he'd be answering that. You'd be documenting the answers he comes back with, and you would then kind of run through the session. There's quite a lot on the website. If you go to spiritreleaseacademy.com, there should be a document on there that basically details the jobs of the facilitator and the medium. Also on YouTube, I'll put some links up in the channel in a moment, but we've got the same conversation basically, that effectively the facilitation role and the medium's role is quite different, but the training is the same, which hopefully has answered that. Let me get a couple of links for you a second. So, okay, so I'm going to pop this one in the chat. So this is one of the links. So when that comes through, Sam, that link is for the facilitator page. It kind of goes through the core function of what a facilitator is, what they do, how they work. Some questions in there too, basically in a quick summary. And then I will also pop a link in for mediums. So any of you guys that are mediums that are interested to know what you do or how you work as a medium, this is the kind of comparable role, basically, comparable document. So I'll pop that in the chat as well, which will be good. Okay, and let's hop over to YouTube. So if you go to our YouTube channel, which is going to be Spirit Release Academy, I'm going to find for a second. So again, Sam, I'll put this link in the chat. This is our YouTube channel. There's a whole load of info there. Natasha and Tara have done some good videos as well, talking about the different roles, medium facilitator, what they do, how they work. And Natasha's got a good one, what really happens during Spirit Release. So she's done a couple of good videos that are on there too that kind of help. So YouTube is a good place to start. There's lots and lots of videos on that channel now, basically, of lots of things that we do. There's also a lot of shorts on there of content that John and I have created over the time when we've been running courses, and those shorts obviously answer a lot of questions. So it's a really good place to find some info. So even though you're saying, Sam, you're not quite really connected to your guide in that way, again, what we tend to find is most mediums, most facilitators start as a facilitator, and then quite a lot of our facilitators are working to learn mediumship behind the scenes. So as they become mediums, we've got a transition path that then move from facilitator across to medium. And we've just had a few people that have just done that recently. So Natasha's taking them through that kind of transitional route, really, from being purely a facilitator to be able to connect to their guides, talk to their guides, and then work in this way and move them into a medium. So that way, of course, if you're a medium, you can basically fulfill both roles in the academy. You can facilitate sessions for people that are mediums, or you can be a medium yourself and then work with a facilitator. So the mediumship role kind of covers both roles, whereas the facilitator obviously is only a facilitator unless they want to transition into mediumship. So hopefully it kind of answers that question. I'm putting the work in meditation, spiritual hygiene. Perfect. That's the key thing. Spiritual hygiene, sovereignty is our number one conversation, really. And that's why we kind of talk about it on our podcasts. We talk about it everywhere that we kind of work in that way, really, because it is the fundamental part of this work is maintaining your own spiritual sovereignty to be able to help other people, which of course is what we do. And we've also got behind the scenes, we don't publicize very often. There are other groups. We have a Telegram group, basically, or a couple of Telegram groups for students that are going through the training, such that if you're feeling like there's some sort of interference, you can basically put a ping in that Telegram group, and then one of our management team will basically sovereignty check you and clear you really quickly. Sometimes that happens in minutes, sometimes hours if we're in bed, or it's overnight effectively, but there's a very fast turnaround to maintaining sovereignty for all of our students effectively. It's kind of one of the benefits of doing this work is that we want our students to be sovereign. We want them to maintain sovereignty, and their families too. So anyone that lives in your house under your roof is also kind of covered by our sort of spiritual check, sovereignty clearing. So if you're living with someone and they feel off, or they wake up, or you start to have a few arguments, or maybe notice a bit of chaos or something going on, then effectively you can put a ping in a group and we'll get you cleared and sovereignty checked very quickly. So it's something that we're quite proud of, and something that we want to maintain, that we continue to maintain full spiritual sovereignty for all of our practitioners, basically. Okay, hopefully that's answered that for you. Okay, glad to hear you're enjoying the podcast. That's good. We'd like to hear that. I've done an uncredited spiritual hygiene course. Yeah, there's lots of people doing SRT courses. Obviously, the way that we do things is OPHM certification. So our courses are designed to be top of the range, really. There's a theory part of the course, there's a theory part that we work through, and there's a kind of augmented part where John and I are going through things kind of from a video perspective as well. So we actually have a kind of a full path, really, starting off with sort of psychic protection, working into introduction to spirituality for facilitators that may not come from a spiritual basis. They get to go on that part of the training, so they understand the terminology that we use, the way that we work, that kind of thing. And then obviously that works into then our level 2 courses, of which there's online, or starting Monday here, there's the in-person course, which is what we're just getting ready for now, really. And good to hear you brought Dr. P's book. He'll be sat here rubbing his hands together, because I'm sure there's lots of people who bought his book, actually, that have come onto this path or seen the way that we work and the things that we do. So that would be great. I think Nadine was asking a question earlier.
Just down by the side of your desk, couldn't we?
Yeah.
No.
Question with us.
Okay, so Nadine's asking, I've always wondered how the spirit guide gets trained, which is a good question. I've noticed that some of the mediums guides are not as experienced as others. So do the guides get trained during the 5 days as well? Yes. So obviously we think about spirit guides, they're in the same space and place really as us kind of physically. So, you know, lots of us we all have spirit guides, but it doesn't mean they're trained in this type of work. Mm-hmm. So when people align with us and come on our training, generally the spirit guide that they currently have will find that they'll be on a training course too. Sometimes for some of the mediums, the guides change. So quite often the primary guide that someone has may not be aligned to do this type of work. So they attract a new guide in that will be working in terms of sort of spirit release therapy as part of that process. So my understanding, Nadine, is that obviously Chen, Whitehall, spiritual team, of which there's a big team in spirit, do the same as this. They probably have a classroom type concept where the guides go through the same understanding, because the facilitator is going to be asking the guide questions. Can you find entities? Can you find earthbound spirits? How many portals are in someone's field? So when that question comes to the guide needs to know what they're looking for. And of course, they're looking for frequencies. Everything is frequency based, basically. So they're not looking for something that we would physically see. They're looking for a frequency of vibrations in the recipient or the client's field. So that's how they're going to be scanning. They're going to be scanning, looking for portals, interdimensional parasites, entities, DFEs, obviously earthbounds, and as you know, there's like a list of 20 different things. So each thing is a frequency, and that's what the guides are going to be taught to look for and find. And of course, that does mean that as new practitioners come online, until they go through the process a few times, the guides are going to be on a learning path too, and they may not be quite so good at what they do initially, but of course, the more they do it, the more they find. And there's also a kind of a pathway for them behind the scenes. So if a guide is struggling, our teaching would be, as Nadine would know, the facilitator would ask the guide or the medium, can you go one level up and ask, for help, basically. So if a guide is struggling to either detach or remove an entity or to clear a client, recipient from a sovereignty point of view, they can go up another level and basically go to support behind them in the same way that we do. So we have a kind of structure, and obviously, there's people higher up in that structure for different reasons. Generally, people that have been doing it for longer, that have seen more things. So we have the same kind of help structure, and the spirit guides do the same thing. So the training for the guides really is going to be by White Hawk, Chen. I know there's lots of other energies, and of course, Dr. Palmer is going to be probably sat at the front with a big whip, kind of cracking his whip, because this is obviously his work, his protocol, and that's why we do the things that we do. So it's a really good question, Nadine. Something that we haven't covered actually, and we probably need to add that to the course, because it is a really good question. It's something that people should know, certainly the practitioners for SRA really, that the guides are under a training process. We do talk about that on the course, but we don't really talk about who trains them and how they get trained. So that was a really good question to bring up.
No. Yes, no.
Oh, here we are. Got it.
Okay, so Sam's asking about imposter guides, wondering if imposter guides are level 3s. So level 3s are, well, the way that we identify dark force entities is 1, 2, and 3, basically. So an imposter guide is a spirit guide, which could be an entity. So we don't kind of identify them in that way. When we ask the medium to check the authenticity of their guide, they would ask the guide 3 times, are they from the highest light, yes or no? That's the way that we check. So they should get yes, yes, yes. That confirms spiritual authenticity. If they don't get yes, 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 and they get a no at some point, that means that the guide is not authentic. And then effectively what we would teach the medium to do is to disconnect from that imposter guide at that point. So this could be an earthbound spirit, or it could be an entity. We don't really go into what it is particularly. It's just negative. It's not the authentic guide. So we disconnect, break the energetic connection, back into the protective cycle, back into the sovereignty cycle, and then start again. So commanding that you connect to your authentic guide that's working for your highest good, really. So that's kind of the way that we do things. And the mediums, by the time they finish this training, they've done it lots and lots of times. So they become very good at testing the guides, checking for authenticity. And of course, imposter guides give themselves away in many different ways. Again, we go through this on the training, the kind of key signs to look out for. But effectively, most imposter guides are going to be pretty egotistical. So they're going to be pushing the medium in a very egotistical way. So when we look at people that appear to be very kind of full of themselves and their guides, then that would kind of point to us that there's something probably negative there that's highlighting that connection. That's probably an imposter guide that's trying to elevate the the appearance of themselves and of course the person too. And of course, imposter guides tend to present as something very famous generally. So we always laugh when someone says, I've got Mary Magdalene or Jesus Christ as my guide. And we think, okay, it's probably imposter. I mean, it could be them, but the chances are if you just come through the training and suddenly Jesus Christ or Mary Magdalene or some other deity is presenting itself as your guide, then we have to question, is that true? In our experience, probably not. And then we go back through this is an imposter guide that's presenting, so we need to disconnect and go through the loop of rechecking, really. So hopefully that kind of explains the imposter guide. And of course, again, the mediums are doing this every single day. So we've got over 100 people in the academy. So our mediums basically become very, very skilled very, very quickly at checking for imposters and making sure they're all working with authentic guides. That's quite funny, a David Tennant conversation. Yeah, that's the thing. So imposter guys do give themselves away. And again, of course, everything is energy and vibration effectively. So, when we think about that from that perspective, energetically, you'll know something's not right because you'll feel the energy is not right. Okay, so has anyone else got any questions? Anything else you want to bring up? Links are in the chat, basically, to YouTube channel and the facilitator and the medium page. The folks here are busy sorting out the cabinet, which looks quite cool.
Looking good.
It is looking good, actually.
We'll get some
Would you mind bringing over the
one of each, shall I?
bracelets?
So I'm just going to pop a link to the YouTube shorts in the chat for anyone that's not seen them. There's a whole load of shorts there now that are short. It's only a couple of minutes, but they do explain a lot of different things. A great way to kind of start. If you're new to the academy, what we do and how we train, then they're a really good place to start off.
There's one of each, yeah?
That's one of each, yeah.
Okay.
We've got a spare box at mine.
Or
Put the rest in, so they're out of the way. I've got a couple of boxes that I'm not using.
okay. I know how to price them, but
So it's a good question, Sam. So yeah, we do expect our practitioners to have insurance, basically. So again, it's a professional practice. The work that you do is professional. We've got a policy set up with Westminster Insurance in the UK, and I think some of the American practitioners have got lists of insurance companies they use too. So again, we do that. And again, it is the kind of right thing to do. I mean, I've been doing this now for 20 years, and no one's ever claimed against me, or I don't think anyone's ever claimed against anyone that I know, to be honest. But it's still a requirement from an academy perspective for the IPHM certification to be insured. So when you're finished and you've passed through, I think insurance is quite cheap. It's only like £120 a year or something. So it's not expensive. Basically, you're talking probably £10 a month or something.
and I go through a legal conversation during the training course.
Yeah, so John covers that basically as part of the training. We go through the legalities of the way we work, how we work, how to approach challenges from clients, people, recipients, the way that we hold ourselves and the way that we manage that. So all of that is covered on the training course too. And it's a good question. Thanks for asking.
Patches. Yeah, we're just on a live at the moment, so I can't really put
Ha,
There you go. We're back.
we're back. There we go. Cool. Comments. So it does relate to this one.
Surely can't play music, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be quite cool. We probably could play music like
Play
Harrison's
Harrison's.
music, something that's not trademarked or whatever.
Just makes it sound so quiet, like there's nothing in the background, isn't it?
Do you want me to stick some Harrison's on?
Yeah.
Will it come onto the speaker or just my laptop?
Well, you should play it from the speaker. The speaker of ours not on, actually.
It gives Harrison a bit of.
Bluetooth. There we go, some tunes in the office. Trademarked tunes. Next time it's here, we're going to have he's in the background. I can get
Thank you.
think that's it, go through
What do you think?
that. I have it already.
Yeah.
Can't see the price, man.
Turn out. Charged in 10 towers.
Don't tell Dominic. Dominic tell.
You get 10%
Nobody
off.
does a stop check. She's going to listen.
10%. What do you say, 5?
5%. He doesn't deserve 3%.
3%?
Scotland. Scotland stop. Stop a bit of that.
These got to be 10 each.
I just haven't you. I just haven't yourself.
If this one's got
Yeah.
It's when I saw you, someone who's not me. You make me nervous every time you're with her, but I can be almost behavior. I'm gonna be better, better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous, you don't deserve it. I'm gonna be better, better than you thought. I promise I won't jealous, you don't deserve it.
So, Sam, good question. So how do you deal with level 3s who might jump ship to a temporary host when they know their host is having a spiritual clearing, with the intentions of then jumping back once they know that the coast is clear? Good question. So, of course, this is everything that we do is spirit guide-led, really. So the spirit guides know that this is what happens, and of course, the way that they're trained in spirit is that they will, or obviously when we start the intervention of a session, if we're planning to come in at 4 p.m. to do something, if the level 3s, level 2s, level 1s have moved or removed themselves, there's still an energetic signature, they're still connected to the client, so even though they may kind of disconnect or try to hide, their vibrational frequency is still in the client's field, still connected to them effectively. So unless they completely disconnect and then remove themselves, if they do, then when the guides come in and provide and perform the intervention, proper clearing, the guides are going to put that person back into a kind of bubble, if you sort of visualise a sort of spiritually protected bubble in space. Of course, that entity can't get back anyway. So we don't really get to see that. I know in different versions of SRT, maybe that happens, but we don't really ever see that at all. So when our guides come in, it's a very strong, powerful team that have been doing it for a long time, and they'll find the frequency that has the disturbance or the connection from that entity, and basically they're cleared and removed. So we don't really have that problem in the way that other modalities may, possibly. So hopefully that kind of explains that to you. I think Agatha did ask about John. He's behind us, sat in the corner, so he's there.
Working, I am.
Working. He's working. Perfect. So any more questions? Just throw them at us. If anyone's just joined, just watching, we're basically live for an hour. We try and do this every Thursday. We go live from the office. It is an office environment. We're working away, doing what we normally do, drinking coffee, etc. So we're here to answer questions. If you've got questions about the training, courses, prices, money, payment plans, finance, or questions like Sam, actually, Sam's asked some great questions today, so thank you for doing that, which is good. So we're here to kind of be available effectively and show our faces, show that we are in the office, busy, doing the things that we do. We're currently working on new documented protocols and things that we're doing behind the scenes. There's always work to do. Terry gives us a list of things to do, so we're never short of things to move the academy forward, really. And of course, that means that's happening in different ways. We're also we're trying to be more apparent on social media. So if you head over to YouTube, you can see we're dropping shorts now most days, every 2 or 3 days. Right?
Every day.
Every day. Ruth, every day.
Every day.
Ruth
2 a day.
Dropping shorts, two shorts a day, basically. So we've got a whole load of content from the last kind of 3 years that we've been working with the academy, of the things that we say, the things that we do. We've obviously attended Mind, Body, Spirit events in Olympia in London. That was our first year. So we've got a whole host of kind of documentation around what we do, how we do things, and we're starting to bring that and funnel that into different types of social media for different people, because we are aware some people only want to watch shorts, some people are happy to watch longer videos, but maybe not as often. Some people only like Facebook and don't do YouTube. So we're trying to kind of blend our social media offering really and kind of contribute that across the different channels for different people that are watching. We've also got Instagram things going out, I believe. Ruth, tell me, because Ruth is our social media person.
I forgot going on. Yes.
Yes, we're on Instagram.
We're on Instagram.
TikTok,
YouTube.
YouTube, we're everywhere.
The screen near you.
The screen near you.
And Michelle
Add
is joining
us,
us.
watch the videos. It takes me ages to do them, so please watch them.
Watch, like, subscribe, thumbs up, heart, etc. Share it with your friends. Also, if you've got people that are having some type of mental health challenge, intrusive thoughts, voices, anything that we can help with, we've got a practitioner page on the website. So you go to spiritleaseacademy.com and click on practitioners. I think it is. Let me just check, just to make sure the info is right. So find practitioners, every single certified practitioner we have is on that list. There's also a map of the world which shows all the practitioners are certified, and that's currently continually being updated really as new students and students come through and certify. So there's lots and lots of people all over the world that can help your friends, family, people that are suffering, people that have got problems, people that come back from, or veterans come back from war, with different sorts of problems, PTSD, hearing voices, negative thoughts, that kind of thing. Everything around that whole kind of negative experience, people with anxiety, depression. So all of those things, really, a spiritual clearing is really good as a starting point. Not to say it fixes everything, but of course nothing fixes everything, but being spiritually sovereign and clear is the place that everybody needs to start from, really, in our opinion. So and that's why we do what we do. That's what we're doing here. We're training people to do that. And the more practitioners we train, the more people they can help, and the more that kind of spreads out throughout the world. So that is our kind of mission statement, really. So hi to Michelle, thanks for joining. Great to have you on. Okay, so I was asking, is the Academy purely academic, or do you offer SRT services? So we train, so the Spirit Release Academy was designed by myself and Jono to basically train practitioners. So we don't really do the clearings under the academy umbrella. Obviously myself and John have our own businesses where we do that, as does Ruth, as does Natasha, Tara, all of the practitioners really. So there is a whole kind of page of practitioners that you can kind of go to for support. Different practitioners do different things. Looking at Natasha, Tara, Ruth, they've all got different modalities. Ruth does Rahani as well as SRT, as well as psychic surgery, massage, resin making, candle making, a whole list of things. So everybody in the academy really has got kind of a big augmented list of things that they do and offer. Some people do one-to-ones, some people do live conversations. The way that we work in the academy is everything's remote, so remote clearings is the way we do things. We're training different practitioners that kind of offering different services. So head over to the practitioner page and just have a look through. If you're thinking that you need to engage with someone or you know someone that can do with some help, then there's a whole list of great people on there. Okay, so I think it sounds like we're winning the competition today for the best questions so far.
So we can
Because they've been really good.
we can get the charge and take some points down there. Yeah.
Okay.
And so there's mine.
Take them out of the wrapping, yeah?
No, leave them, because they can go like that. Ah, take the stickers off. Yeah.
So back to the tunes for a moment. Again, shout out if you've got questions, put them in the chat and we'll come off the tunes up.
It's easy. It's easy.
Super good. Lots of super good. That's what keeps that box.
Yeah, it will. Get small pieces of just need to keep it right. Right, so there was 6 each. How much
The
is
Dulux Trade in Hamilton Week is now on at Leyland. This week only 25% off Dulux Trade and Dulux Heritage Paints. Any colour, any finish. Plus the full Hamilton range of brushes, rolls and accessories. Decorate or DIYer, everything you need is 25% off. Head to any of Leyland's 36 London stores or shop online. 8th to the 14th
Things
of
that round the
June.
building
Conditions apply.
mentions
And so much more.
Sounds perfect. So yes, we're always here basically. We've got a whole host of courses running. So you can see the courses that run throughout the year. They're all available on the website to look at. So when you feel ready, just give us a ping, drop us a call, drop us a patient call or a chat with you, and we can kind of go from there really. And of course, if you're looking to develop from a kind of leadership perspective, Johnny runs trance courses that obviously connect you to spirit guides. So there's plenty of people that are teaching how to connect your guides in a safe way and how to invoke spiritual sovereignty. So, so my advice would be to stick. They've tried and tested people that know what they're doing, and they're good at what they do, and that is the best kind of roadmap really from a spiritual development perspective, certainly into mediumship.
It's looking all right, isn't it?
Okay, so we're just coming up to the hour. So anyone else has got any questions? Anything you guys would like to ask that we can cover in the last couple of minutes? Ruth is still busy unpacking.
Last of the
Last of the
selenite points.
Solar Towers.
How pretty they are.
Solar Towers, yeah, exactly. High line, clearing, good for space clearing. Okay, folks, we're going to sign off. So from the office, no problem, Sam. Good to have you on to get the questions in. That's what we're here for, really. We're here to sort of make ourselves available to questions. People have got ideas, answers, things you want to know from us, really, ways that we can help or explain things. Just obviously shout them out. If you've still got more questions, Sam, you can contact us by email or you can book a consultation call. We can have a chat, go through anything you need to understand, really. So we're here, we're available. Great to see you guys. I think Michelle was saying that there's a workshop soon about connecting with the guys. We did one, Jane and I did a workshop last weekend actually about connecting spirit guides. I don't know if John has got one coming up maybe.
I do my trance courses, but I've just started my trance introduction course.
Okay, so John has just started his trance introduction, but I guess people can join
And if
that.
anybody wants to jump on, they've got to jump on quick.
Yeah, so that's just started. If you're interested in learning trance, Johnny's trance introduction course has just started. So hop over to his website, johnnywebster.com.co.uk, and basically get in contact. Or you can drop Ruth a mail, contact at spiritleadsacademy.com. Ruth is
Sort it out.
2 feet from Johnny, basically, so she can ping him. So if you're interested in learning
Shout at
trance,
him.
poke him, basically. So if you're interested in trance, connected to your guides, then that would be a good course to hop on. So johnnywebster.co.uk. Okay, folks, we'll sign off for this week, and we'll catch you again next week. Thanks for joining, taking the time out, much appreciated.
Bonjour.
Bye-bye.
I'll do most of the talking on the next one, mate.
Cool.